Uh, Seema Sirohi, how are you seeing those numbers just in terms, purely in terms of the number of the high turnout at the moment?
Okay, so let me play devil's advocate here. In the past 1 week, we've seen a very, very energized Trump campaign. He's closed the lead a little bit in the battleground states. And so I think
Who's the lead?
to say that Biden has it in his pocket uh, may not be correct. But having said that, today Trump has to have a very big day because he's been encouraging people to come out and vote. Uh, Everybody says that Republicans are more likely to vote in person today on voting day. So the Democrat lead could, could lessen as we go along. But if he loses Florida, then of course he loses the election. Florida, he has been chipping away at the African American and Latino vote that I think, you have to keep in mind the economy is also a very big issue apart from the pandemic. People tend to focus on the pandemic. The way Trump has spun it, that Biden is the shutdown guy, and I'm going to keep the economy open. And he had very good numbers on the economy before the pandemic.
So it is those who believe, of course, large number of people believe that Trump has mishandled the pandemic. He fares better on the economy. Catherine Gibson, explain to us this high turnout. You're joining us from the Voice of America. What explains this very high turnout in large parts of the United States? I'm told in several booths, long queues this morning.
Absolutely. And I have reporter colleagues who are on the ground in Pennsylvania right now, seeing those incredibly long lines that really speak to the engagement of the U.S. electorate in this election. And I think you can attribute that to a couple of different factors. The fact that we've been locked down in this pandemic for the last 7 months in the United States with such an intense focus on the leadership and the way this country is handling the pandemic, it's given people a lot of time to think about what qualities they want in a leader and whether or not Donald Trump has really met that moment and shown Americans that he is able to lead through a crisis. And of course, we've also had incredible racial unrest, racial protests throughout this year, which has engaged younger people who are concerned that the country is headed in a direction that they don't want to see, that they don't want to grow up in the next few decades. They're really starting to come out and speak and make their voice heard in a way that they really hadn't in previous elections. I think 2016 really made a mark on everyone in terms of seeing that this country is at a crossroads. We're really having some very deep discussions about what we're going to be doing going forward, what makes us a country, what are our values, and I think everyone wants to have a say in that. That's why they're coming out to the polls today.